I'm of Darug descent, which means that my grandmother's country is around the Murra area, which is around the Hawkesbury River. I've lived in many parts, I guess, been a bit of a traveller and lived in many parts of New South Wales, mostly up on the north coast, but have a special heart, I guess, to place and belonging, which is around this area. I grew up around Beecroft and Pennant Hills, and later on, after my schooling, I moved up to the north coast and lived in around Nambucca and Taree for a few years as well. My grandmother's name was O'Meara, and she was part of the stolen generation. So the family has lost a lot of their cultural understandings, and I guess I've gained that from other sources, which has been, I guess, other communities that I've met along the way. No, she was in Glebe, around Glebe area, and she was later adopted and taken to Goulburn, where she worked as a servant, although she was only 7 years old. Yeah. So she never saw her parents again.
Murra Creek. Where did the Murra Creek connection information come from then, I wonder?
From my grandmother. I just remember the name. Right. And I couldn't recall it for many, many years. And then it came to me and I started to question why I knew the Darug nation, but I was not sure exactly where it was, and suddenly through a dream I remember the name, and I was talking to an aunt of mine, and she said, try and remember that name, and I said, I can't, and then it came to me the very next day after a dream. Some people think it's really illogical, but it sunk with me, and it sunk within my heart.
Well, that's so interesting. You grew up in Beecroft with your mum and dad?
Yes,
yeah?
Yes.
And siblings?
Yes, 2 brothers.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And why the move up to Nambucca and so on?
I guess just from my own personal want was to go off and explore and see bigger parts of Australia, but still stay within, a certain region so I could get back to family and so forth. And I guess living on a couple of acres in Nambucca, 2 minutes from the beach, was an ideal playground for my kids to grow up.
Yeah. One last question. I believe you've got some Cherokee ancestry, Native American ancestry. Could you tell us about that?
Well, I always thought it was a bit of a joke in the family, and I was always pretty keen as a kid to play the Indian. My brothers were always the cowboys, and they thought they'd win in the battles. But my grandmother talked about it a fair bit to my mother, and I guess no one quite believed her. And I spoke to my mother's cousin, and he had heard the same story, and I really wanted to find that out, because sometimes in my artwork there's just a different spiritual dimension that comes out, and I just wasn't quite understanding where that was coming from. And in the end, I finally had some DNA tests, and so
really?
It cost me a fair whack, but I really, really wanted to know.
Yeah.
And it's helped who I am.
Yes.
And it's helped with my identity, and I still don't know a great deal about it, so I'm wanting to find out who he was, and I guess what I've been exploring is that how many other East Coastal Aboriginal communities seem to have that heritage as well.
Yes.
So either the same guy was running around, or there was a few that jumped ship for some reason.